I think despite the kind of time period we're in for WWE right now, especially with a lot of the, I guess, groundbreaking things you can say that have happened, I guess recently, a lot of the first and a lot of just, I guess, steps forward that the company has taken in terms of their storytelling and how things are presented. WWE used to kind of, for various months and stuff like that, would kind of pay tribute for Veterans Day or for Memorial Day. They would pay tribute. They would also do stuff for like Women's History Month or Black History Month or on various other days of kind of commemoration or remembrance. With TKO, a lot of that stuff kind of did stop. This is all kind of recently, and especially in situations like R-Truth, for example, or stuff like that, where essentially the movements of the parent company and everything are starting to affect the storylines. We then have to consider those exact same movements of taking out those tributes to the in-ring product as well. Will we see the in-ring product also reflect some of those ideas and stuff like that too? Even for the audience that might agree with that stuff, they probably don't also want politics in their stuff. Usually they say that. So it's like, let's kind of adhere to that and keep the wrestling itself inherently non-political, which kind of impossible, because look, if we're gonna really get into that discussion, everything is inherently political. That's just a whole discussion that is beyond, I think, the idea of wrestling itself. But the problem is that with how things move and the trends and certain stuff, maybe it's just like any other business. They're cozying up to the current administration that is, been the opposite of past administrations which WWE has operated under. Despite the industry making strides, I guess, in its presentation and what is presented and who can partake, there's still a lot of archaic structures that we didn't have a decent transition phase for wrestling in terms of like bringing power to the wrestlers themselves in terms of proper care and job security and stuff like that, which is something I think obviously the fans don't really actually think about, because all we're really thinking about is how good is our own product.